How are you? I am so excited to come live today and talk to you about my story and my struggles starting out an online business. So, I'm going to take you back to 2015. This is where it all began. So, back in 2015, I was working as a nurse in the ICU, in the adult ICU, working nights, holidays, and weekends. I had a 3-year-old little boy. I was also in the best shape of my life. I was teaching fitness classes and I was super lean and I love fitness. Like, I loved health, wellness, nutrition. I was super into that and I was just loving it. And I wanted to be able to do more. I wanted to help more people get healthy. I was so tired of seeing, patients in the ICU who could have taken better care of themselves, where if they had implemented preventative care, simple lifestyle modifications, they probably wouldn't be there. And, not all of the patients, but definitely a lot of patients could have taken a lot better care of themselves and their health. And so that's what I was really passionate about. I was so passionate about preventative care. I wanted to help people stay out of the hospital. I wanted to help people get healthy. And so that's what I loved about being a fitness instructor is I could, encourage these people in classes, helping them become better, cheering them on, and I loved it. It was really fun, but I wanted to take it to the next level. So I started thinking about, maybe I could become a personal trainer, and maybe I could go to NP school. Maybe I might want to do CRNA school. I wanted more for my life. I was getting really bored. I was bored. I wanted more. I knew that I could do more, help more people, but I didn't know how and I didn't know what to do. So I started looking around and it made me realize that, becoming a personal trainer would take me away from my family even more. So I would be away from them even more in addition to the work I was doing as a nurse. I also looked at becoming an NP or a CRNA. That would put me back in school. And I was tired of school. I already have 2 degrees. I have a bachelor's in nursing and I have an associate's degree in paralegal studies. And I've already done 6 years of school. I did not want to go back to school. I'm done with school. I do not like school. I did not want to go back to school and then know that I'd be working just the same amount of hours or even more as an NP or a CRNA. I wanted to do something that would allow me to not have a cap on my income. I wanted to be able to grow exponentially. And so I saw all these people on social media doing online coaching. I watched them for months and months and months. I had a friend in high school who was doing very well in this health and wellness company. He was a millionaire in the company. So that's how I got in touch with him and how I started in that company. Is I reached out to him, asked him, how can I get started? Okay, boom, let's do this. So I was in, even though it was scary, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to build an income from home that allowed me to not have to work nights, holidays, and weekends. I wanted to be home with my family more, and I wanted to help people get healthy. So I started with the health and wellness company, and I just made a promise to myself that I was going to help 5 people every single month, no matter what. So since month number 1, I signed up at least 5 people every single month within that company. And I continued that once I started my own business as well. But so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the struggles that came along with that when I first started with online business. So when I first started online business, I was not on social media at all. I didn't know anything about social media, how it worked. I had 200 friends on Facebook. I never posted. I never accepted friend requests. I didn't even have an Instagram account. So this was me 6 years ago, back in 2015. So I had a passion for health and fitness. I was teaching fitness classes. I was working as a nurse, and I had my little 3-year-old boy. And I wanted to help more people. So I started with the health and wellness company, started signing 5 people a month. And it was so exciting. It was so exciting to finally be able to help people and also have extra income coming in. It was the coolest thing ever. So I kept growing from there, and I started growing a team. But then once I realized with network marketing, with an MLM, in order to get to a 6-figure business, you really have to get people on your team who are rock stars. And that is how you build your volume, because you can only do so much from month to month by yourself. So then you turn into a business coach, and you start teaching people how to sell and how to market themselves online, and how to do social media. So you turn into a business coach, where when I started, I just wanted to do health and fitness. So I didn't really love the fact that all of a sudden this is turning into business coaching when I got into this to help people get healthy. So that's the downfall of network marketing, but I went with it. I just kept growing, doing whatever it took to like grow my business and have more success and help more people. So I started teaching dozens and dozens of women how to start their businesses within the company. I also taught hundreds of people, I helped them lose weight and get healthy. So it was very awesome, but I will say it was quite superficial. And I really wanted to help people on a deeper level. I really wanted to be able to get on like Zoom calls and like really dive deep into their lives and their goals and their struggles. I really wanted to have more of a personal connection with them. Like, I loved my team. I loved the women on my team. They were amazing. And that's one of the hardest things for me, was leaving that company, was leaving those women, because I created such incredible relationships with them. We were like best friends. So that was very difficult for me, but I knew that moving into my own business, creating my own business, was the best thing for my family. I knew that in the long run, that having my own business would be more beneficial for me and my family than staying in that company. And so I had to make that hard decision of leaving. So I will tell you, inside of that company, there were a lot of struggles that people don't talk about when it comes to network marketing and MLMs. You'll find yourself, people kind of have a negative view of others in MLMs, and it's absolutely true. Got a lot of haters, got a lot of people like thinking I was full of crap and stuff. And the other thing about being in a company is that a lot of times people aren't interested in the products. What they really want is to work with you. And so that's the hard thing. Like, that's the catch-22 about it, is you're trying to grow your business, but in order to grow your business inside a network marketing company, you have to sell products, and you have to get them signed up as distributors or coaches. And that to me like wasn't fun. Like, I didn't love recruiting. I didn't love it. I didn't love selling products. I felt like I was stuck in a box. So I really felt limited to what I could teach, what I could offer, how I could serve. I felt very, very limited, very boxed in, and I hated that. Like, I just wanted to get out. I wanted freedom to create my own program. I wanted freedom to create my pricing, my packages, how I wanted to coach, how I wanted to do things. The company had so many rules about what I could or couldn't say on social media, and it was just driving me nuts. And so I just made the decision to step away. It was, I had built it to a full-time income. So again, like, leaving that income was another kind of scary thing, because I had left nursing. So that's kind of how I built with that company, and it allowed me to leave nursing 4 years ago. So I was with that company for about 2 years before I was able to leave nursing. The other thing that happened after I very first started online coaching is I got pregnant like a couple months after I started. And so all of a sudden I was having like this lack of energy, this fatigue, and then all of a sudden I had this newborn. But I kept the promise to myself to keep signing up 5 people every single month, no matter what. So even the month that I gave birth to my baby, I signed up 5 people. When my baby was a newborn, and the months after, I was signing 5 people every single month. And there were some months it was very, very difficult. Like, I would make it to the end of the month, and I would have to just hustle to try to help somebody get started within that health and wellness company. But I just made a promise to myself, and that's who I am as a person, is when I make my mind up to do something, like, I stay committed and I'm going to make it happen. And so I made it happen from month to month, and it was awesome. It was a struggle at times, very, very difficult. People don't understand like your desire to help them when you're trying to sell them products. So that was really the benefit of being able to walk away from that company and step into my own business, is being able to create my own program, create my own pricing, my packaging, how I want to do things, how I want to post on social media. It got rid of all the competition within that health and wellness company, that comparison, and I was free. I was finally free. Like, I could do whatever I wanted, and it was the best feeling ever. Like, I was finally out of that box. I was finally out of that competition and that comparison, and it was incredible. So, you know, I was very uncomfortable at the beginning with social media, and that's, you know, it just takes time. It takes time and experience to learn and grow. We really have to just fail forward. I want you to know, when you very first start out, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I made a ton of mistakes. I did a ton of terrible posts, a ton of terrible videos. When I first started out, I was terrified of videos, and I was terrible on videos, like horrible. And so I want you to know that we all start somewhere. We all start from scratch. Nobody's going to come out of the gate and be like amazing at the very get-go, but I've worked with a few clients who are that way and like they have a true talent. But I want you to know that it takes time, it takes practice to get to where we want to be. But I will recommend to always treat your business like a business. I've always treated my business like a business from day one, and it served me very well. Also, you know, no matter how tired you feel, show up. Continue showing up for your dreams. You know, if this is a dream and a calling in your heart, do whatever it takes to make it happen. So that's kind of how it worked. You know, I was sacrificing sleep, naps when I was so tired with a newborn. But I wanted to build to that place where I was able to leave the ICU. So I was able to do that when my baby was about 1.5 years old. And I just remember the day that I put in my 2 weeks, I was terrified. I was so nervous. I was crying. I was crying and I was shaking. And I kept going back and forth with my husband. I'm like, are you sure this is what I should do? And he had to just talk some sense into me. He's like, this is what you want. You know, it's not bringing you happiness anymore. And you've built your income that will allow you to leave. So don't worry about it. Like, things are going to be fine. So, you know, I put in my 2 weeks, and that night I just had, like, I was just felt so exhilarated. I was just like finally free. Like, after being in nursing for 8 years, like, I was finally free of being employed. I could finally like build on my own, and I was just so excited and not have to work nights, holidays, or weekends anymore, and be home with my baby. So I remember that night we went swimming with our kids, and I remember doing Ring Around the Rosies in the swimming pool with my little boys, and it was just like the best feeling ever. So absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth all of the trials and the lack of sleep. Just really grateful for where we've been able to get. So I want you to remember that even though when times get really hard, I want you to compare that to other hard things in life, right? So even if, you know, building an online business is, you're having to sacrifice sleep, or you're having to not watch TV or your favorite shows anymore. You're having to sacrifice things to build your business. Maybe you're even sacrificing time from your family to build your business and build your dreams. I want you to know that it's absolutely worth it. I want you to know that, like, if you compare it to where you're at currently, like, it's going to be worth it. You know, my fear of staying stuck in that same place, working nights, holidays, weekends as a bedside nurse for the next 20 years of my life, was so much greater than my fear of starting an online business. And so when you keep that perspective and knowing that if where you're at is not serving you, if you feel stuck, if you want to get out, I want you to know that it's absolutely possible. And I want you to know that you can make it happen, but you have to be willing to change. Like, you're never going to be ready. You're never going to feel 100% ready. I was so scared when I started my own business, and it's never going to be the perfect time. So you really just have to stop waiting, and you have to just do it. You can either choose to stay the same or choose to go for your dreams. We have these choices every single day. We have this agency of whether we decide to stay where we're at or if we're going to make a change. And change is hard. Change is scary, but it's absolutely worth it. And so I want you to know, like, from the bottom of my heart, that you can make this happen, and you have more potential than you realize. Online business is exploding right now. If you're not in it currently, I strongly recommend that you get in it. It is incredible. It has changed my life more than anything I've ever done before. It's given me more fulfillment, more reward than anything I've ever done in my entire life. So that is my 2 cents for today. I do have a call in a few minutes, but I just wanted to come live and talk to you about some of these struggles that I went through, because it's not building an online business is not rainbows, it's not daisies, it's not butterflies. It is hard work. And if you think it's gonna be easy, then you're wrong. It is the hardest thing that I've ever done, and it's the most rewarding thing that I've ever done. And when you pour your heart and soul into something that you feel called to do, and you are rewarded from that, and you feel this level of fulfillment, it will absolutely change your life forever. And it's going to give you incredible memories. It's going to grow you like nothing else. Like, I am a totally different person today than I was 6 years ago. That Heather in 2015 was a completely different person than I am today. I'm so grateful for this growth. I'm so grateful for the mistakes that I've made, the failures that I've had, the setbacks, the hard times, the struggles, because it's made me who I am today. So I want you to know that all of these hard times are absolutely worth it, and you can do this. Like, this is going to change your life. So stay with it, stick to it. You're amazing. You know more than you realize. You're better than you know. You are more than you realize. Like, you are enough. I want you to know that. So thanks everybody for watching. Hey Ruby, hey Colleen, hey Susie. Awesome. Thank you so much. Hey Annette. Hey Melissa. Hey Gail. Hey Suzanne. Awesome. Thanks so much everybody for being here. So that's a little background on my story, my struggles. Been through a ton of struggles. You know, I don't share the struggles much, but there's been a ton. There's a lot that I still haven't shared about. Maybe another live video for that one. But I hope that this has helped you today, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Come to my inbox with any questions. I do have spots available in our Elite Nurse Coach Academy. So if you're wanting to start and grow an online coaching business, but you don't know how, and you need direction and help and support to do that, I'd love to help you do that. I would be honored to work with you. So send me a message or comment the word Academy below, and I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear your goals, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. Take care.